1. Greetings, Commanders! Welcome to Monday's Let's Play live stream. Mondays, it's a Monday. So basically, we have myself, Stephen Benedetti, one of the community managers on Elite Dangerous, and the fantastic, lovely, well-missed community manager on Elite Dangerous, Paige Harvey.
Hello.
How are you, Paige?
I'm okay. It's definitely a Monday.
It's definitely a Monday.
Right.
Yeah, because you've just been off for 2 weeks, haven't you?
I have, but it's been one of those holidays where you need a holiday afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, lots of visiting families, out every day and walking miles. I hit my step goal every single day.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, except it was tiring.
Yeah, you feel a bit knackered after it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
well...
chasing dogs around.
Well, that's a different kind of holiday.
Well, no, like I met my my mother-in-law's partner, and he has this beautiful little dog called Callie.
Oh, lovely.
And she was amazing. She was sprinting everywhere and like sniffing everything. And like at one point, we were out in Edinburgh, or no, a place called Gullen. We were out in Gullen, and it was a really cute place. And it like Callie ran across this field and then just disappeared, and I was like, oh no.
No, they do that, don't they?
No, because she jumped down the side of like a sandbank, and I ran over and was like, oh, and then she come up like another 6 feet away.
Yeah, like, the dogs like to just run free and go far away, don't they? So yeah, today we're doing the Let's Play live stream. So we're going to have myself go through and do a Let's Play, but also because it's a Let's Play, we're just going to sit and have a wee chat with you guys and catch up and see how everybody is. We're already getting questions in about Edinburgh.
Oh yes.
But before that, what we're going to do is jump into the game. So today, basically, the stream was called My Pledge to the Federation. So I've decided that I want to rank up with in the Federation, and so I decided to get myself a Federation assault ship. A federal assault ship. A FAS. I went to get myself. I've got myself a FAS. So I've got one, and I was going to try and do some bounty hunting in it. So it's the first time I've really used it, and I have heard that the shields are a bit weak. So I'm going to try and see what I can do. But yes, just say hello to everybody in the chat. Hi guys, thanks for joining us. So I've decided to go with the Liberate Seos. So I'm in Seos system, the Sothis. And I decided to go for the Liberate Seos because a couple of these missions I've seen the Massacre the Overlord Armada faction civilians. Now I don't think they're actually civilians, just kill 3 civilians, but it kind of goes...
Mate, they are civilians.
That goes against me. I'm not doing it. I'm a bounty hunter. I'm not going to kill
civilians.
Well, I'm not. So
check the other missions.
I have decided to assassinate...
Oh, but you'll kill Jim.
Jim. We don't like Jim.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're going to go get Jim. So he's from the Deep Space Clan, and they're the ones that are killing civilians.
Yeah,
so we're going to go and do that. We're going to go do that. So you seem to be getting a lot of hellos in the chat.
Hi, guys.
So I think they're asking you about your trip. So you were away.
Yes, so I went away for a couple of weeks, had a few days off, well, I had a day off, and then I went up to Edinburgh on last Thursday, mostly to visit family, but kind of arranged the trip because I got tickets to see my band, which I can't say the full name of, but it's called NSP.
Docking clamps are tracked. Regulate speed until outside the exclusion zone.
Yeah, it was fancy. It doesn't sound good when you British, but it sounded great in their American accents. Like, oh my god, it was insane. So good.
Atterrissage rentré.
2,200.
Did you miss or something?
No, I'm just, if you can kind of go back to
Why is that so high up? Is that a bit better, guys? Is that everything okay?
I have no idea.
Better. I have no idea why that was up so high. Oh, I do know why.
Oh.
Is it better?
No, we are just way too... Let me put these headphones on. Hold on.
We're too low?
No, we are way too high.
Wait, I'll put it down here. There you go.
Okay.
Don't mess with that. That's the fix. Yeah,
That's
fine. Is that better, guys? Just let us know. If that's better or if it's worse. Okay enough for me. Thank you, Commander Maskim EC.
I'll keep these headphones on for a minute and just make sure it's all...
Yeah, so we were basically doing the second part of the generation ships. We did that on Thursday with Paul. I found my body back again. It was really fun. So he basically knocked me out and he finally gave me my body back. But I need to help him out with his next devious act that he wants to do. So that was I'm kind of now his what do you call it? It's not, I don't say slave, but I'm like his Igor. Do you know, I need to be his Igor now with my floating head. But The good thing is I've got my body back, but we were listening to the different audio files. That's why that's probably been so up and downy.
Yes.
So it sounds a lot better now.
Yeah. Do you want to bring us down a tiny bit more? We've got some audio popping. It's all right.
Oh, there we go.
First day back, we probably got some wobbling there, but there we go. So yes, so I saw the band, and yeah, I took a lot of photos because I've always been an aspiring photographer, and I wanted essentially to just capture as much as I could. And it was, you know, I was there for about 5 hours, from a meet and greet all the way to the end of the gig, and it was incredible.
That's awesome.
So good.
That's
so
amazing.
Good. But, you know, I took the photos, I posted them online, and then one of the bands liked them and shared them as well, and I was like, yes,
Nice,
very
nice.
good. So that was awesome, and then visited family all throughout the rest of the week, and, you know, went to a couple of very nice restaurants, especially that one in Gullen. Check that out if you go by Edinburgh.
Gullen.
Expensive as heck, but so nice, and they were playing lots of, like, alt rock and like mid-90s, and you got Nirvana, and they were playing awesome music.
Nice.
Apparently it's owned by a very famous chef called Tim Paige or something like that.
I mean, that's a really good chef name.
Yeah, I know, that's what my mother-in-law said as well. So, yeah, so yeah, delicious food, absolutely delicious, really good. And then on Monday, before I came home on Tuesday, I went to see Rocky Horror Picture Show live, and it was amazing.
I have always, since I was young, my mum's always been really into kind of theatre and stuff like that, and I've always loved the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
So if you ever get a chance to see it live with the current crew and the current cast, go see it.
Is that 5 or 6? I think it's 6.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking
It's
at
all right.
this. I was listening. No, I was really lucky to, on my 21st birthday, my mum took me, that is a 6, isn't it? We've got a really small
D6,
screen.
yeah.
We've got a really small screen. Yeah, my mum took me to go and see the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which was at the Grosvenor, which is a lovely, if you are ever in Glasgow and you go to the West End, the Grosvenor is this lovely pub, this lovely cinema. It's also a bar, and it's got a restaurant, and it's down this alley, Ashton Lane, and it's lovely. But I went there thinking we're going to go and watch the old movie, but we're going to watch it from the like just an old movie and then a new screen, and I was like, well, I've seen it before, so it'll be great. And when we got in, we saw that there was like a play, and I thought it was an advert at first. No, we were actually watching the live broadcast from London with Tim Curry in it. And it was absolutely phenomenal. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, so Frankenfurter, and the one I just saw was played by Duncan James from the pop group Blue, and that man is wasted on that group. Like, oh my, he was incredible. He was, like, obviously Tim is the quintessential Frank, but if I was going to go see it live, I would want to find Duncan's performance again, because his command of a stage was just incredible.
That's good.
So fantastic. That and The Man Can Rock High Heels better than any woman I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, this big and just dancing around. Crazy man. Absolutely nuts. But yeah, brilliant, really brilliant.
Yeah, and there was a message from, I just need to get it back up, Striker 8, so they're talking about my folding clothes. If you follow me on Twitter, if you don't, it's at the Benedetti, you can go check it out. I had one of those clothes, I have one of those clothes folder things, and I saw somebody tweet about it, so I retweeted it. So it's really just satisfaction. I love to put the clothes on and do it back and forth and then do it, and it's just so precise and so satisfactory.
You have hands, don't you?
I do, but you can pick it up and you fold it, and then you fold it. I just prefer to do it that way.
You pick up the shirt, you twist the
Doesn't
sleeves
give
inwards.
That
place
creates
it down.
creases.
No.
That creates creases. You're creating creases. You're putting your own creases in your shirts.
Mate, your collar's creased anyway.
My collar's not creased. It's because it's meant to be like tied in.
Oh, of course.
And it's like thugged out. I had it in my bag this morning to the gym. So,
Oh, okay.
so it's simply do it. See.
That makes sense.
That's it. I like to iron my clothes. It doesn't make me
I hate
join the
ironing.
fold side. No, I will use the foldy plastic thing that I bought. It's good because it's it's recycling. So you had a good holiday.
Yes, it was good.
Did you miss us?
I did. I kept a weather eye on what was going on. If you have messaged me on Twitter or anything like that, I have not responded to anybody because I was just enjoying time out with family, but I will aim to get back to you as soon as I can, now that I'm back in the office.
Now that you're back.
Now that I'm back. I did see somebody asking about another Interstellar initiative. You'll just have to wait and see. But
Yes.
I don't think it's the end.
It's the end of the
Of the last one.
of the Scourge. The Scourge has concluded.
Yes.
However, the Blight will remain. So
Yes.
the famine, the issue that was with the food stocks and everything like that, that will continue, and it will continue on through the game from that now. But despite all the great efforts from the commanders, they did an absolutely great job of helping to try and find out what was going on, which was fantastic.
Good time.
Yes. So now I need to try and see if I can.
So 3344 wants to give greetings and big thanks to Commander Sputnik. Yes, I will tell her that you said thank you. I will do. Commander Sputnik is lovely, and we did speak to Commander Sputnik and Commander Electron, two of our members of the community customer support team, via one of our Meet the Team interviews. If you check that on the Frontier forums, you can learn a little bit about the both of them.
That'd be good.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Sputnik, she absolutely loves Imperial ships.
Oh, there's
She said it was because they were curvaceous. So, there you go.
So we seem to be in Sothis D6, and I can't find it. Make sure.
No, you're at A6, mate. You need to go to D6.
Ah, see, it changed. It was A6 before.
Well, it was, yeah, until you got there.
Until I got
There
up there. Let's go straight to
God, that's miles away.
that. That will do. We'll fly. We'll fly. It is, like we said, this is just a let's play. So I am playing. I'm playing my own personal account, and
Yes.
I plan to try and get as much with the Federation as I can. I think I have so far. I am. It's not there. It's in status, isn't it? My Federation status is that I am friendly, and I am a Chief Petty Officer, which unlocked the Federal Assault Ship for me, which was good, which is cool.
Fair
So
enough.
I'm going to try and do that in the ships. And I had a Vulture before, and I loved my Vulture, but I wanted something with a wee bit more firepower, a few more
Okay.
guns. So I went for this. However, I do know that it's got may not have great shields. But I'm going to see if I can raise a bit more money, get a bit more practice with it, and try to basically change that.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll see.
There we go. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long to get there, actually.
Greetings, Orange Phoenix. Greetings,
Hello,
everyone.
Orange.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the chat. So Stegs, was another thing was the Stegs use this room. We have
Yes.
2 streaming rooms.
We do.
So the streaming room down the stairs is the one that you see for like Frontier Extra, or if we have any big announcements or guests over, that's the big one that we use. That
The
also,
sofas.
yeah, it's got the sofas. Sofas. So yeah, we have that. It also has a setup similar to what we've got here in the corner. So sometimes we'll use that one, but predominantly we use this one that's upstairs,
Yes.
and it is the same room the Stegs and Shanty both use for their Planet Coaster and their in the JWE streams.
Ooh,
I was going to say something else. I was about to say that if you don't know and if you're excited about it, Planet Zoo is launching tomorrow. So that's another thing
Planet
that
Zoo is launching.
we'll be they'll be videoing down there. So that's amazing. They'll have a launch live stream. That'll be really
I'm
exciting.
excited to play Planet Zoo.
I love the idea of playing it. I would love to get my hands on it. But right now I'm looking for something else. Because right now, see, when I go home, I play Elite because it's my chill game. It's the game that I like to sit there and do it a couple of times and just kind of wind down. It's really bad that it's my job, but I like to go home and play it.
That's not bad.
No, but it's, well, it's just that, don't take your work home with you.
Yeah, that's fair, actually.
So I like to just enjoy and sit there and play and go back and forth, and I'm trying to really raise money so I can get a lot better things. So if you saw that I had a ship stored, it's with the Scourge there was discounts on the Type 6, 7 and 9, and I got myself a wee Type 6 so that I can do some jumping about. So we're doing there. Hello, Commander. H83TDH Hero. Nice.
I'm guessing it's going to be like Head Hero.
Head Hero, that's it.
something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that, isn't it? Head Hero. And we can hear you. Thank you for joining us today.
Well, we can't hear you.
we can't
can
hear you.
read you.
Good.
Technically.
Good afternoon, Sir Romeo G. So this is what's quite exciting. Loose going on in the buzz just now is the zoo. So I would like a game that's a wee bit more actiony. Just now, I'm waiting for things. I don't think I'll go for Death Stranding.
No, I don't know. I think it's like my husband said. Like if you're into that kind of thing, you are going to be so into it. And if you're not, you're really not.
Yeah.
Gonna be. So I don't know which one I am. I'm probably my sister's boyfriend. He adores the game already, so he'll buy it and I'll just pinch it off him later and try it then.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's going to be a lovely, lovely game. But like I said, just at this time, it's the same with Zoo. I do want to get Zoo, and I will get it at some point. But right now, I have my chilled game, and I need a game that's a bit more exciting. So I'm actually thinking about picking up Overwatch again. Just something to keep, just like a wee bit of shooty, blowy uppy.
I've just playing a lot of Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh yeah, Will loves Fire Emblem as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I've liked it for a while, but I just saw her in the softest system, like.
Yeah. So yes, guys. Also, if you have, let us know what you were doing over the weekend. We'd love to hear that because you had a very busy weekend. So it was 2 weeks off. Yeah.
It was 2 weeks. Yes.
Weeks off. And did you stay up in Scotland the whole time, or did you get to come home and rest a wee bit?
We came back a few days early, a few days before I came back to work, but that was mostly then getting stuff sorted in the house and the shopping.
And you're cooking?
The cats back and the cooking. And I was cooking for so long yesterday.
Yeah.
I like the result. I hate the cooking.
I love cooking.
It was okay when I was doing it, but there were a couple of points where I was like, I don't know if I'm disgusted by this or not. Like, I'm just like partially plucking a chicken, and I'm like, ugh.
Well, I always try and get my chickens plucked beforehand.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It just had a bunch of pin feathers still in it, so I was like, I need to get these out.
Yeah, because that's a bit for me. Is like I love on a Sunday. I just sit there, put some music on. Normally have a can of beer because it's what my dad used to do. But I just put some music on and I'll have a can of beer there, and I'll just like sit away and just like all the chopping and everything. I do the whole finger thing, and just did all that, and then I enjoy that kind of stuff. It's just messing about, so it's fun. But no, it looked really good because you did post it online.
Yeah, I did. It looked pretty good. The chicken was incredible. It just fell off the bone. It was like, oh.
Yeah, it was good. We're all talking about food again, and Commander Vulture P is saying, what are we doing this lunchtime? This time, what we're doing, I was just thinking about actual lunch.
I was thinking that was the question as well. I was like, I don't know.
For lunch, I was like, what's in the canteen? What's in the canteen? No, so this lunchtime, as you've tuned in, this is a Let's Play, and I am pledged myself to the Federation. I am trying to rank up with them, trying to gain more money. It is my personal account, so this is what I kind of want to do, is make sure that I feel that I really want to get into combat zones. But the problem is with combat zones is that I need a stronger ship. I need something. There's nothing wrong with the Vulture, but I need something that's a little. I mean, they've got so much more powerful ships out there that you just last a couple of minutes. It's like paper. It's basically what I'm trying to do is just the more credits I can get, and then the more reputation. I might be able to go for a Corvette or something. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I'm still undecided. We're going to have a look. So yeah, Striker8 said that last Thursday in the JWE stream that Shanti had a meeting. She was supposed to be in it and she came in later on. That will not happen today. It'll only be Paige and I. I'm sorry to disappoint everybody, but it's only going to be us.
But who knows?
Yeah, we'll never know. Like Will just pops up. Actually, Will's off to play,
just comes in and snipes you and then leaves again.
That's it. Yeah.
It would surprise me, but it also wouldn't.
We have had guest appearances. We've had Sally come in.
Yeah.
She was just saying goodbye. We've had Will jump in a couple of ones.
I meant more like in game. It's like it would surprise me if he turned up and killed you, but it also wouldn't.
It would not surprise me.
No, it'd be more like, what are you doing? But also, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so, that's definitely going to happen.
The only reason I haven't is because I don't play on PS4.
See, that's it. That's why I chose PS4. I asked, which one does Paige not do?
Well, I do play on PS4 at home.
So how is your because right now, so like we said, these Let's Plays are about our kind of personal accounts, and I'm doing Federation. You're still going to go towards
I'm working towards a Crate Mark II.
Crate Mark II, and you're going to be scavenging.
Yes.
Why did you pick the Crate Mark II again?
Because I was looking at the Crate Mark II and the Crate Phantom. I fly the Phantom for the Stargazing tour streams, which I really liked. But after talking over it with the community, I decided that going for a ship which has got a little bit, better shields and a bit less jump would be better. Because I do expect to be a little bit slapped around when I get into scavenging situations and people don't want me taking their things.
I think that's the main thing, isn't it? Is when you, because you always try and get a ship that's like all-rounder, but I mean, for myself, the only things I want to keep on this are, because a lot of the missions that we've been doing is basically, there's two types. You go out and you scan, or you have to go into a planet and and scan with that as well. We need an SRV, and I never had a ship with an SRV before. I now have an SRV.
Ooh.
I now have an SRV, so I don't need to do that anymore because I really feel that it was after doing I was helping to set up the Thursday stream, which we had the Hutton Orbital for the mug, and basically they took Will out in the SRV, and we were talking about it, how interesting the actual planet surfaces are, all the different game mechanics that you have just with the SRV when you go down on it, and obviously because I've not had the ability to buy one yet, I wanted to go and do it. I thought this will be really fun if I get an SRV and I can experience it a bit more, and it stops me flying down and almost crashing and blowing up and panicking and running away and getting lots of fines.
Oh, Vulture Pieces mug. Mug.
The mug.
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 It's a good mug, but you're saying that the dyes ran out of it?
Yeah, so the emblem was black on this silver mug, and now it's orange, which matches my nail polish, so I'm quite happy about that.
Ah, I thought your nail polish was bronze, but it does match her.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. Look,
Yeah, it's like a nice kind of metallic-y bronze.
it's fine.
Yeah. So it's good, and you're going to go. So maybe next week you're going to maybe jump on to Let's Play, or we'll see who's
probably.
available to do it. I always do like the Let's Plays because it's more just kind of chat and relax, and
Good times.
And unfortunately, last Thursday I was crashing my ASP everywhere. I wasn't good at it. Well, turns out. So I was playing and I must have hit something because I'm not used to the Xbox controller setup. I was doing it inverted, so when I wanted my ship to go one way, it wasn't.
Yeah.
And because of as you know, the sheer panic of a live stream, it wasn't until I was at the end and I was like, oh my goodness, like I have been crashing this about and I've had it on the wrong way, and that's why I've played so badly. That's my excuse. Films by Nick. Hello.
Ooh.
Happy Monday to you too. I always love a happy Monday. I always think you got to start the week high and then try and keep it going. I think that's always a good way to do it.
And then you get to hump day and you just go to sleep.
just go to sleep.
Then you get back up the following Monday, it's like, hey, there we go.
Yay. Where did my weekend go?
Oh, it doesn't matter, you was asleep.
Yeah. But I saw that Doctor Sleep on Sunday.
I haven't seen it.
It was interesting. It's definitely quite long, but for me it was less spooky than The Shining, which I could have done a wee bit more. It's the sequel to The Shining. It's really after the book, but I could have done with a bit more spoopy and less kind of what went on. But it was still enjoyable. And I saw Joker on Wednesday. Finally saw the Joker.
Yes, I've still not seen it.
It is phenomenal.
It's alright. The film I'm waiting for is Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit is the new film coming from Taika Waititi. It's the story of a young boy growing up in Nazi Germany, and he's one of the Hitler Youth.
I have seen the advert for this.
Yes, and Taika Waititi is his imaginary best friend Hitler. And it's like, oh, that's interesting, but the actual sort of premise and the way it's presented is so sort of childlike and joyous that I so want to see it. And a lot of the reviews coming out from it are just like, this, we didn't expect it, such a good message and such a strange film. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
It does look amazing. I've seen the trailer for it, and like you said, it does look absolutely phenomenal. 3344 has said, do you work real office hours or is the schedule more flexible? So we are supposed to be in between 10 to 4 is the core hours, but we still need to do our 9-hour work days. 9-hour work days.
Our work days.
Our work days.
It's a bit of both. It's a bit like, there's times we've got to be here, but then there's times that, sometimes you've got to work till midnight because there's stuff going on, or sometimes something will just go at 3 in the morning and there you go, or
I'm not really sleeping at that time, so no, I'm doing no,
but then other times it's just, hey, look, everything's nice and smooth.
Yeah, so
or there's a live stream.
There's a live stream on the Thursday. So normally, if it's Paige, Will, or myself on, one of us will do the controls. So basically, I'll be here on Thursday, but I won't be on the set. I will be controlling it, so I'll be here at about 8 o'clock. And normally if we do that, we get some hours back, so maybe I can go away on Friday at 4 o'clock or something like that, or I'll come in a wee bit later in the morning on a Thursday, depending. But obviously if things are going on, we normally work extra hours for it. And we also obviously do like weekends if we're going to events, if there was an event on or things like that as well. So that's
But
kind
yeah,
of good.
it's sort of like we've got time to work, but we're on hand if need be.
Yeah.
So that's why you'll sometimes see us pop up again 3 in the morning or random things. Very rare. It's only happened a couple of times, but
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
there we go.
So it's quite fun, but it is a nice flexibility because a lot of other game dev studios is like, yeah, it's like Week 5 says, it's on call kind of.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's like, oh, if this thing goes out, we'll be here
Yeah.
to help cover it. But if it's not necessary, we can go away. If we need to come back in, we can come back in. But it's quite nice because there's other like development studios I've been to before, and obviously crunch is a real thing. And it can happen to people and it just burns you out, so it's quite nice that we don't have that.
Got to try and make sure your work-life balance is that a balance.
Yeah, work-life balance, but then I'm playing it when I go home anyway.
Yeah, well, that is your balance.
That
it
is
just
my
balances
balance.
across.
It's a nice fine balance. I'm going to change my pips to my weapons actually, and I might actually.
It's all right. You're about to drop in, so be prepared.
I'm going to try and see if this setup works for me, and we'll see how it goes.
Arthritis. Clicks.
Arthritis clicks.
Yeah. Sometimes my spine's just like, hey, you need to just go.
Oh, you just need to relax.
No, if I do that, I just fall over.
So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Orange Phoenix knows the commander asking how long it would take for his in-game memorial. Yeah, best thing would be to contact community. Usually, if we are, so we don't do new memorials at the time, but there are a couple that are still sort of lingering from previous times we said we were going to do them for a reason or another. We've not been able to get them in so far. They tend to go in with major game updates, so things that require the sort of entire servers being taken offline. So it'll likely be the next time that happens that if he's got one due, then that will go in, but I can't guarantee it. So if they want to email us, then we can look into it for them and see what the situation's like.
Right, I'm getting more stick in this shirt folder. Stephen must have from Millstone Barn. Stephen must have a load of free time having that shirt folder. Actually, it's oh dear. It has the opposite effect. I have it takes me the time to obviously iron the shirts, put it together, do all that stuff. It's not as easy as it looks. It's just a lot more efficient, a lot nicer.
Mate, check your contacts panel. Jim's preaching.
Oh,
There he is.
There he is, Jim Scott.
But look, he wants to help the people. He wants to get rid of corruption. He's a good dude.
I don't know. He sounds like he's making excuses because he knows he's going to perish.
Mate, I would vote for him.
Hey, they are supporting killing of civilians. They must die.
Well, maybe it is the civilians who are the bad guys. Who knows?
Well,
Maybe it was an illegal insurgency.
I don't know. I'm gonna try and collect my reward because that was some jump for it. It was a
It's like, damn it, Jim, I like your politics, but you're dead anyway. Bye.
yeah, and I also need to jump out here since
Yeah,
I
you
can.
do.
I'm getting shot at really bad. I mean, look, there you go. My ship's gone, but my hull, and I just need to kill him and get out of
Yeah,
here.
you need to hurry up.
He's quite tricky, this one, and I'm getting absolutely blasted.
He's a harmless asp explorer.
They're all going to kill me. Oh, I'm at 67%. I need to now
Well, that's what
jump out of here.
happens when you kill a politician.
Well, do you know what? He had it coming.
Did he?
He had
I
it
mean, he
coming.
sounded pretty fair to me.
Nah.
You got $5,000 killing a politician.
Well, do you know what? I didn't get
Wow.
$5,000. I got more than $5,000, but I got a fine by Federation Unite.
No, you got a bounty. You
I
got
know.
a bounty voucher from him.
But I also got a fine.
Oh, I see. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. So you killed a politician. You got fined for it.
Yep.
Wow.
Seems like the world is taking a dark turn for me here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
It's definitely.
What about his family? He's a civilian too, technically.
Technically, I don't like politicians.
Doesn't mean you can just blast them in space.
I beg to differ. Although, to be fair, this has probably put me in a lot more.
Note to self: do not let
issue.
Stephen run space when we move out there.
Yeah, don't. I'm a strong believer in anarchy. Just let people get by. If they survive, they survive. I like the old Spartan way. That's it. That's the way that I think it should be
Yeah,
done.
I mean, yeah, you've got $200,000.
Yeah, it's like
You got to pay $5,000 for killing him. That is because the system you need to go to hand this in, you are now wanted in.
Yep.
So So have fun with that.
But they'll let me in and pay it off. People speak money in this, and I speak money, so it's okay.
Yeah, they also speak gun.
Boom. That's what I
And
did.
they got big gun.
But this is
you
it.
got small gun.
I had big gun.
No. The
Mahal
station
good.
have big gun. You have little gun.
Yeah, but they'll only shoot me if I fire at them.
Or if you have a bounty.
No.
They don't like you and they scan you and they're like,
No, I've been scanned with this before. As long as you get in, they're normally okay with it.
All right.
I mean,
Don't
'cause-
annoy anyone on the way in.
Oh yeah, you don't shoot anyone. You just try and get in as quick
Don't
as.
crash anybody. Don't use your auto dock and accidentally smash into the station.
I do not crash at the station anymore with auto. I feel really guilty. Do you know what I played? What was it? Until Dawn. So Until
I
Dawn.
love that game.
There's an option, and I don't know why I remember this. I played this. I played this Orange Phoenix. No, I'm not set for it yet. I am going to practice this week. I promise. So I basically. I was playing the game and I was actually in a cabin in the middle of the woods, so it was this big place outside. And we were playing it and there was one option and I was sitting with 4 other people and I said to them, I was like, right guys, you want me to shoot the squirrel or not shoot the squirrel? And it was like, yeah, shoot the squirrel. Oh, Stu's asking for some sound up.
You shot the squirrel.
I shot the squirrel.
You suck.
I shot the squirrel. The squirrel got shot.
I never shoot the squirrel or the bird.
But I got told to. Like everybody was like, yeah, do it. And then
great.
I'd done
Peer
it.
pressure.
I'd done it, and then it's just this game. So I was like, I'll shoot the squirrel. I don't care. Show me it's like I'm, not to be messed with. And then I got into trouble from everybody that I was with. They were like, why did you do it? I was like, because you just told me to. Like, you were only joking. And I was like, no, like you don't shoot the squirrel. So now that I have went and jumped in and shot that guy, I feel kind of guilty.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, you shot a squirrel. It was just eating nuts out on a snowy mountain.
It was there, and I had the rifle. But it's a good shot.
Okay, never give you a rifle. Never put you in front of a squirrel.
This was in game.
Bloody hell.
Not as good, Cam. This was actually in a game. This was in Until Dawn. I did not do it. It was just funny. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm a pro at this.
he is a monster. I've played Until Dawn about 3 times through, and I've never shot the squirrel.
I would always shoot the squirrel.
Yeah, or the bird.
Always shoot them.
You are wrong.
You are so wrong.
Yeah. Somebody, I think it was Strike, said that they know you, and they know you plus cats is bad.
Yeah, cats ain't good.
No. But, and they wanted to know about me. I like cats, personally.
You have two.
I have 2 cats. They are very strange. I bought a new blanket, and they love it, and now they won't stop sitting on me. So
it's not you that they love, it's the blanket.
No, it's the blanket. It's the blanket,
At least you know. Do you know? At least you're like...
I mean, they're honest, so... Although, one of my cats very much annoyed me this weekend because she decided to, throw up on the floor. That wasn't really her fault. If she's sick, fine. I can deal with that. But then she decided to pee on my slippers.
Maybe it's because you made her sick.
Yeah, no, it was her who made herself sick. Blooming hairball, she stopped shedding.
Colin Ford said squirrels are vermin, death to all squirrels. I actually like squirrels, but I also love the Rick and Morty episode where, the squirrels, he goes, oh, listen to squirrels, because they know. And they're like, we've got to get out of here. We can only do this once, Morty. We can only do this once. Oh, I'm sorry.
Squirrels are incredible. So outside the office, there is a family of black squirrels, which are quite rare.
Oh.
So yeah, pure black squirrels.
Black? I didn't know you could get pure black squirrels.
Yeah, we've got a family of them, some little bibbies, and the mummy and daddy. So yeah, we've got pure black squirrels, and I have a squirrel tattooed on my thigh.
I'm really scared they blow me up now. So everyone has cats. Stephen on the hand, well, again, he owns a Ferrari. So I wish I owned a Ferrari. I don't. I recently purchased, on finance obviously, Volkswagen Golf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, super fast.
Oh yeah.
So I do love it. Good afternoon, Red Munchkin Gaming.
Hello, Red Munchkin.
I do not have a Ferrari, and I don't have any animals. I would love a dog. I think a dog. If I could get a dog, I think
You should get an office dog. Just allow him to bound up and down the stairs constantly.
Yeah, it's just too distracting.
You just go out to get like a cup of tea and
I just think that if
lobbing balls down the office.
Yeah, but the problem is that we used to have an office dog in the mole company, and it was just so distracting. Like everybody just wanted to play it, but it was really good.
Office puppy.
So I didn't blow up. See.
Good job.
I did it, and I find it really unfair that they gave me the fine, and they were the ones that told me to do it. So I'm not going to do any more assassinations for these guys because
Yeah.
they just charged me $5,000.
Oh.
And now I'm in a detention facility. What? I paid you back.
Yeah, you paid them, but you admitted to killing a politician, so now they're just shoving you off to a detention centre.
Well, that's
oh, sweet justice.
I don't get to collect my bounty then.
No,
I'm
you
assuming.
don't, mate. Because
No, I do. I can.
well, yeah, not from here though.
I need to go back to.
Yeah,
Well, at least it's paid off, and that won't happen again.
you're 312 light years away.
Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is amazing.
Well, that royally screws up all of my plans to do anything.
Oh, that was good times.
That is extremely upsetting.
This was a bad Monday, but this is a good Monday now.
Yeah,
Oh, yes. F's in chat, please, guys.
Yeah, I think.
Happy shrapnel. Yes, that's a very funny pun. I'm not reading it out loud, but it was good. Thank you very much for that.
Yep.
I liked it. So yes, while you try and fix whatever you managed to mess up.
I'm not going to go back there for a while.
Yeah, no, mate. You
Wow, this
No,
is
that was good times.
very upsetting. I think what I'll do is I'll just go to the next system and try and find a bounty out there and then move on from that until I get back there. It was a nightmare to get out there. It was an absolute nightmare. So I was getting up in my Federation and I read some things online that basically said that was a good place to go.
Post office to see us.
Yeah, it would help you out to do some stuff back and forth. And I was like, well, that's a good idea because I need some money and I want to keep going and that was the plan. But I don't think the Pleiades sectors have anything in them, do they?
But apart from Thargoids.
Yeah.
I mean, there are Thargoids. There are actually. Go to Sterope too. That's a nice system. I like that one.
Where?
So I spend a lot of time out in the Pleiades because I just really love the way it all looks. So Pleione, you are right next to the Thargoids. That's pretty good. So
we do want to do Thargoid hunting eventually, but I'm not equipped.
Go to Maya. You can go to the black hole.
Why do I want to go to the black hole?
Because it's cool.
I don't want to go to the black hole.
Mate, go to the Maya black hole.
I want to stay away from the black hole. I
No,
want to get
mate,
a bounty.
no.
I don't want to do
You
that.
can't have a bounty because you messed this one up. Now you go to the black hole.
No, that's not fair. I might go to Merope. Merope looks good. I like the name.
Merope is pretty good.
I'm going to go to Merope.
I really, really hope you get hyperdicted.
I'm not going to get hyperdicted.
If that did happen, I may just blow out the speakers laughing.
I am so good at not getting hyperdicted. It's fine.
No, mate, you do not get to choose whether you get hyperdicted. If you do, that's it.
No, because I've been hyperdicted before and I was like, out of it. I got out of it, man.
That's an interdiction.
Oh, yeah.
Hyperdiction is Thargoid.
I'm just now panicking.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
Right.
still got my landing gear on.
Yep, you do.
Because I'm
I've
so
scared him.
I cannot believe this happened. I spent literally a full night getting out to that system. And the first time I did it without a full scoop for some reason. Don't know why. Now I need to get a full scoop for this thing and try and get back there. Because one of my other ships is over there. I had to pay 800 credits to get this ship out there.
Jump.
I'm still mass-locked.
Boost.
No,
And
everything's
jump.
good. Oh,
Please be happy.
that is a long way home. I did not realise that was going to happen. Did not be
really
hyperdicted.
Please be hyperdicted. I want you to be hyperdicted.
There's no way I will survive a Thargoid attack.
No, you will if you do not move. If you are hyperdicted, just sit there quietly, like the good little bait you are, and just wait.
Please.
You'll be okay.
This is why I don't.
Oh, no, you're okay. You're fine. You're still in regular witch space. They ain't pulling you.
Oh,
If you were being pulled, everything would start flashing red, and it'd be quite scary. So I do remember.
I just want to cry.
Yeah, I love this. Like, look at the solar flares and everything.
They're
coming off.
so nice.
It's beautiful.
Right.
So my one of my favourite memories of working on Elite is just before the Thargoids were reintroduced, because I worked with Ed quite heavily to put together like the live stream and the announcements that the Thargoids were back, and we put loads of stuff out in like Morse code, and we did videos, and we put out an announcement in game, and we did a live stream for it, and we started like tweeting out just random letters that put together the word Thargoid, and there was just so much, like every time we put in another letter, it was just like people going, ah! And it was so good. It was really good. So obviously, when you work in a games company and you're in community, you need to know what's happening, and you need to be able to try stuff out. So I was with the customer support team,
Yeah.
and we were all sort of sat together, and I got a message. It was like, "Oh, hey Paige, the high predictions are now available for you to check out." And I was like, "The what? It's not technically in game yet." But, so I gathered all of the support team around, and we all sat together as I pushed the button. And I jumped, and we put the speakers on, and we just had it be like, and we were still sat there going, "Oh my God!" And then like it got pulled, and they were like, turn around, Paige, you need to turn around." And I was like, "I can't, the ship's not working." And
It's all lost.
It was incredible. All of us just like freaking out, being like, "Turn! You need to see what's going on. Click the button." And it's so good. It was so good. All of us just stood there like, "What is this?"
What are those?
Such a great time. And then so we saw it, and we were just like, "What is that? Oh, it's gone! Quickly chase it!" And I was trying to chase it, and it was like, "Oh, my landing gear! What's going on?" And then we were like, "Oh, when the players get that like next week,
It's always fun getting that, isn't it?
It was so good. It was really fun.
So Jim versus Humanity is asking, what are your guys' roles in FDF? Paige?
So we are both actually community managers. So I've been the community manager here for coming up on 3 years, I think now. You were
doing
so
that?
I used to run all of the social channels for Elite, Planet Coaster, Jurassic World Evolution, Frontier, and some other stuff. And now I mostly just work on Elite Dangerous because the scope of the game has changed and there's some exciting things coming up in the future. And we got some more people to actually be able to take off the other projects and make them grow and flourish in their own ways. So, we do a lot of things. I'm actually writing an entire blog post about it because it's sort of like do you tweet? It was like, yes, that might be 1/90th of my day.
Yeah. And you focus still predominantly on social media?
Yes, I do. Most of our social media, so, planning, writing, implementing, engaging, analytics, blah, 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 blah. All the things.
All the fun things.
All
Yeah,
the things.
and I am another community manager here on Elite Dangerous. I mostly kind of look at the forums and Steam, post about that stuff. Live streams and events and stuff like that is kind of what I try and get towards sort of doing here. So I was hired for. So that's what I do, and trying not to be interdicted as well. That's the concentration phase. That's fine, it's fine. So yeah, I help put together live streams and different things like that. No, we both normally help each other out with the job. So some things that I do, Paige does. Some things that Paige does, I do and help out with. Like if she needs help with stuff, I'll help her. If I need help, she'll help me.
Yeah. So in the community team, there's me, Bo, Ashante, and then you've got Paul, you've got Stegs, you've got Stephen, and you've got Will.
Yeah, dream team.
So yes.
And we are looking for a new member, new community manager for the Elite Dangerous team. So we're looking for someone to come in and help us out because somebody said previously they were wondering why, and when I started, people were saying, "Oh, you're replacing somebody." Nobody's been replaced. Brett recently left, sadly. So we're just finding, because the team size was always for 4, so we're just looking for a new community manager to join our team so that the 4 of us, because it's a massive game, the community is huge.
Yes.
The community, Jack Little, if I can get 50k and work remotely from my bedroom. They didn't offer me that.
No,
I never got that offered, so I'd love that too. But yeah, the idea is that because there's so many things going on, and I mean, like you said, tweeting is like 98% of your job. I get people messaging me all the time about different things. Forums that I've tried to put together, the Full Throttle live stream. We're doing stuff with the Galactic Intern. All these other wonderful things that have been going on.
And like Wardima is asking, do we guys do the coding as well? No. Dear God, you do not want to see either of us near a code base.
I used, and yes, Orange Phoenix says, and representing Scotland as best I can. The thing with like programming is I actually have a background in game design, production management, and I have dabbled in some programming, and I have used engines like Unity and Unreal, so I can dabble in and out. However, in saying that, the system that they use here and everything else, it would genuinely be completely above my head. Totally above my head.
Yes.
Could not do anything.
And obviously we use Cobra, which is our own engine, so like you may be able to code, but do you know how to code in this entire system we invented? It's like it's different thing. There's a lot that goes on. So yeah, I look at it sometimes and go, oh no, and just leave. It's like, yeah, have fun with that. I'm sure, yeah. And then you sit there and they're like, where does the bracket go? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and find some pictures.
Yeah, and Striker says, well, once I finish school, I can work at Frontier. Maybe, I don't know. There is always the opportunity to work here once you finish school, obviously, depending on what. So one of the things I was a big advocate for in my previous job was the marketing. I was associate marketing manager. I was trying to go to schools and places to try and tell kids that it's a career possibility, how to do it and the different ways to get into it. Obviously, there is just by doing and working your way up through it. There's going and getting an education and trying and get through that way, but both of those really tailor to networking. The way that once you're in university, you meet all these different people and you learn a lot of stuff about different sectors and how to use things, and it gives you a great understanding. You can do that the same way as if you start from a company and move your way up in different sectors. So a lot of people start in either customer service or QA, and then from that they build themselves up. And that there's no right way. There's just to find a way to do it. So yeah, if you finish school, I would highly recommend trying to make some games to your own, trying to go to some of the events, and then look at college, university, all that other stuff as well.
Yeah. And I mean, that's not to say that customer support and QA isn't a viable career option as well. It's changed a lot. It used to be a lot more in the past that, you know, you were hired on, say, for a QA role, and it was, you know, just for a set amount of time, and then bye, thank you for your hard work. Yay. A lot more now it's become a career path, because there's a lot more to working in QA than even I understood before I properly sat down with some of the QA team, was like, explain, and they did, and I was like, oh, that's a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things. And we've got a lot of members of our community who are also, you know, QAs in their own like respective fields as well, and they've said, yeah, that's a lot of things. So there's a lot more to each job than you can even comprehend quite a lot of the time. So sometimes I'll sit there and go, oh, you know, changing the colour, this should be easy, and then I slap myself like, no, you've heard that line too many times. Do not start thinking it yourself. Like, if you think it's easy, it's not easy.
I think my best explanation of game design and implementation was always like, you know, if you ever tried to make a house out of those what are they called, lollipop sticks, and you glue it all together, but then you realise what you want to do is you want to build an extension on it, or add a new wall, or do something else, and as soon as you start to do that, it can have a detrimental effect on anything else.
And then there's glue on your hands.
And there's glue on your hands,
and there's glitter on the floor, and mum's yelling at you.
Why are you glittering your house?
Well, because you have to do the decoration on the outside.
Not everything is glitter.
Mate.
Sometimes paint can be used.
Yeah, with glitter in it.
Yeah, with glitter in it. Yeah, paint with glitter. As long as it's got glitter.
Done.
Yeah, so I always found that such an interest, and that was, like I said, when I got my education, I learned how to do game design and production management. But when I was there, I was really lucky. I went over to do. I was a game director, and we worked on a project for films and game. And we worked with the Film School, which is in Denmark, and that was an amazing experience because it was more first-hand learning. I was actually making and developing a game with them and actually hands-on doing it. And then when I came out, I was QA for a year, and then I was associate market manager, and all these kind of like different things like helped me understand different processes. Yeah. Obviously, the QA is the kind of the stable of how games are made. When I was a game director, I realised the responsibility and the roles that you had to have when you were in such a higher position. Even though it was a 6-month project, I still had to help. I was in charge of like everybody who was on my team in my course. They were relying on me to pass for their education. If my game didn't give them something that they could talk about, they weren't going to really get a good mark.
Yeah.
So I was kind of had that responsibility, which was a good challenge. And then the associate marketing was the publishing side and the face-to-face side and the community side, and that's what really helped me kind of come towards this position. That's why when I saw this position, I always knew Elite from my studies and playing it. So I was like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah. Whereas I came from a purely retail background. I didn't go to university. I didn't study anything to do with my career in school at all. I went to, obviously, secondary school, and then I went to one college for a couple of years, and then I went to a second college. I
thought it was called that, one college.
Yeah, just one college.
I just went to the one college.
Yeah, well, no, it's because I went to 2 colleges in total instead of going to university, because I was like, I just want to do music performance arts. and I could go to university. Oh, aliens, okay.
It's because I'm in the Thargoid space, I know, I can feel it.
Lights. So it's like I could go to university and pay a ton of money, or I could just go to the local community college and get the entire course done in 3 months, which I did.
It's different for you guys down here. We're quite lucky in Scotland, we get SAS. So basically, I had education for 5 years. I started with sound production at college. I started with 3D product design, and then I did sound production. And then I realised I wanted to make more than just audio for games. I wanted to make games, so I moved into GDPM. And I was very fortunate that the system, the education system up in Scotland, is that I pay for that now out of my wage.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't get that in England as well. You have to pay for it up front, which is quite difficult.
Yeah, and I would have been going to university about the times they changed it, so I was going to be paying about 18,000 to do music performance, which I was just doing at, at a community college for free. And it was one of those courses that were meant to be 2 years long, and I literally completed the coursework in 3 months, so they let me pass 3 months.
That's awesome.
Which was really funny, because then I went and got my first proper job at Game, and I did a Christmas position at Game, and then became a key holder and worked through there, and then I just sort of went through different jobs until I was like, I like games.
I like
games, and then I applied for customer support position here at Frontier. But throughout the sort of 5 or 6 years that I was spending in retail, I picked up multiple things. So when I worked at Game, I ran our local Twitter accounts, and then when I worked for CEX, I created all the social accounts and ran those, and so it was those sorts of things. And then when I worked at Currys as well, I learned how to build machines and how to test them and how to put them back together and how to break them more and stuff like that, and then POS systems. So there's a lot of things that you could think, oh, that doesn't relate to the games industry at all, and it really does. Like working on a till, hey, you probably know how to fix that software if it breaks.
Yeah.
So that is a thing that you can sort of bring across to another position. So.
Well, I've worked in coffee shops and banks and bars, and I think that both my experience in bars and coffee shops and for the bank helped with my customer support. I think that's because it was a very public-facing job. I was able to do that, so it means that when I speak to people, I have respect for them, I have an understanding for them. Also, the high pace. So everything that you do is a string to your bow, as they say. My kind of granddad turned to me once and he said to me, "Listen, see if somebody tells you says, I want to show you how to milk a cow. Do you know what you do?" I say, "First of all, I'm in the pub, so I'd be concerned why there's a cow here." And he says, No. He says, "What you do is you learn, because no matter what you learn, you can forget about it, but if you've learned it, you know something about it." And I was like, it's a very good point.
Yeah.
What's the oldest age you can work till at Frontier as a CM? I don't think there's a limit.
There honestly isn't a limit.
No, I mean 70. I think it's 70 now. The 69. The now
68, I think, is the
pension
current
age?
pension age. I don't see why we wouldn't have a community manager who was 70 if they really knew what they were talking about and could do the job. It's very much, that's one thing I really do appreciate about Frontier, is that I've never experienced discrimination, and I have in other places that I've worked. And I'm not going to name any names, but being a woman working in the tech industry, I did experience a bunch of that, whereas I turned up here and they were like, "Hey, you know stuff, cool." And that was pretty much it. So, I'm female, disabled in the tech industry. I should, according to, the world, experience a lot of trouble, and I don't, which is pretty cool. So.
And that's the main thing. It's like, I always found that there is a lot of kind of different issues that you can have in the industry with different people and different things and stuff, and it just there's no room for it. But I do feel like at this company it's been very welcoming and open in here. I don't think I've seen any discrimination at all.
Yeah, and I don't know how old our oldest colleague is, but we definitely do have some people coming up to retirement age.
Yeah.
And then you have people who have literally just turned on 18 and they've sort of been like, "Yeah," and they've joined in. So there's a mix of everybody, all abilities, disabilities, ages, genders, creeds, races, everything.
Yeah.
So.
I also think Jack Little, I'm a wee bit worried about you. He says how professional Paige is in person. I don't know if that's true. Are you? No, Paige has her moments, but she can be. Yeah, no, Paige is.
That's my background in musical theatre.
That's it. It's all the acting and pretending. But I think that's the main thing is that both of us came through different ways. You guys could do it too. There's no reason to not. And there's people that have many different backgrounds. I loved my time in QA. I hated doors. I developed a hatred for doors.
Okay.
And that actually happened. So when I was designing a game, I had issues with doors because when you're designing a game,
you don't mean real doors?
No, not real doors, virtual
I thought
doors.
You just kept walking into them.
No, I just don't like
No,
virtual
doors themselves can be weird to code depending whether they're going through to another area or whether they just go.
So it also has more effect than that, and so like if you have AI walking about and you have a door open or close, depending on your bounding box and if it's going to hit into and stop them, because players could trap them in them.
How many games have you played where you cannot get past the NPC in the doorway going, would you get out of my way?
Yep.
It's like,
so
you're
there's
in my way.
so many different things like that. So we had all those kind of questions, and I got so angry at my friend. He turned to me and he was like, he was like, Stephen, he was a programmer. He was like, Stephen, my man. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, do you want Windows? And I just threw my book at him. And that was years ago. But now when I started doing QA, we had to basically, I worked on the ship remastered. Don't know if anybody knows that one, but it was on these ships, and we had to. There was like 8 levels or something, and we had to go through the whole ships and try all the different doors.
Okay.
And when we were trying all the different doors, I ended up. We completed it all, and it took hours, it took like 2 or 3 days. And then somebody got caught in the wall by the door. It wasn't the door, so we had to go through all of them again and do it. So I hate them. But anyway, it seems that I got one big mistake today, and that is what's then caused me now to go to a detention centre. I don't think I'm going to get any of these threats at this time. It's really upset me. No, I don't look at it. Look at my smiling face. But I am so upset that I never actually made it.
Oh, good times.
But it was really good to come back and talk to everybody, and thanks again for joining in for our Let's Play live stream.
Very much so.
This Thursday, if it excites you, as we were talking about sound, there is going to be an absolutely fantastic guest on our Thursday live stream, and it's going to be around the sounds in space. Will's going to be there, and you'll hear more details over in our forums.
Do they know what it is yet?
I can't remember the name of it. That's
So
the
it's a
only reason I
gentleman
said
called Nigel from the British Antarctic Survey, which we have here in Cambridge.
Yes.
And those gentlemen helped us out, and ladies, but the group and Nigel himself helped us out with creating a bunch of sounds for like the scanners and things like that. So when you actually scan a planet and it's like, that's actually a sound that they recorded in space. Yeah. And then they came to us and we put it into a game. So they're going to come and talk to us a bit more about that and a bit more about recording in space and all various other things. So it's basically a discovery scanner, so do make sure you come along and watch it if you want to know more about space peoples, science, or games.
or games, or Elite Dangerous. But thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Hope you have a lovely week. Have a lovely Monday.
Yeah.
I am and have been Stephen Benedetti,
community manager. And will be.
And this is and always shall be community manager, Paige. That's a lovely one, isn't it? Well, guys, just have a good week and enjoy.
See you later.